Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. Time to continue the adventures with our Nightblade. So, let's aura up and dive into the sewers. And let's see what nice loot we're gonna find this episode. Because in the end, it's all about loot. So a very small hotfix was released to fix some minor issues with the game, but there hasn't been a large game to change a lot of things. So I think the build 31 actually ended up being rather stable and well received. And I haven't noticed anything, so that's always a good thing. Very satisfying how quick the blades move and just how quick the attacks go. Also, I think, with the exception of shoulder pads, I'm wearing just white equipment everywhere. And most of the items that now drop aren't actually upgrades anymore. See, this is just the same item. It's actually change the loot filter to only show yellow and better items. It's gonna be a bit easier to walk around and there's less accidental picking up of things that just don't matter. This early it's rather sparsely populated with undead. There's a couple more here, but in previous rooms it was like you went from the one to the other. It's a nice contrast with later on or with veteran mode, where you are continuously surrounded by just legions of enemies. Let's hit our heal, because we have it. Just knife the spider. Thrown daggers are actually pretty cool. The phantasmal blades. They hurt. They really do hurt. We can only go this way. Oh, I missed. Who knows? Ah, it feels so sloppy. Hey, a second ring. Can it add some lightning damage to our repertoire? And can we go through here? No, this is not a secret area. Unfortunately. So, should be an epic number of spiders down here.
I can't do that yet.
Yeah. So the thrown dagger is not piercing. It's just something that you would expect. But it's not. On the other hand, just getting up close and personal with the spiders works as well. Once you have some gear equipped, the difficulty does get a little less. I mean, if you don't have enough gear yet, and if you're out of healing potions, and things are pretty dire. Once you're a bit more comfortable, the balance of the of the game is more manageable. That's how it will continue to go. Just some very sudden spikes in difficulty every once in a while. Basically serves as gear checks. So just look at all them Nagas explode. Okay. We're gonna get our second devotion point down here, which is also very nice. A blunderbuss. Not very useful, but we can sell it for some fancy cash. These explosions, just these Naga exploding in really big explosions of blood. I really like it. That's it's very visceral. Also, ew. Just one shot at him. Curious how the boss will handle. Velof the Fowler, I believe. Up there. Yeah, there are a couple of side rooms that are also very useful to do. Bit of shiny rock. We'll get back to it. Split. Tonic of mending. Another healing potion. Okay. Let's have ourselves a boss encounter. Hello there, Velof the Corruptor. Breathe in. Breathe out.
That skill's not ready.
Okay. So this is a rather tough one. Then again, haven't really drank a single potion yet. Been just sustaining myself here on healing ability. That nomadic burst is actually pretty useful. Hello there, Ruined Shrine. Here, have an ether crystal. Give me my stuff. Okay. Another side room. Potentially with loot. Under this marked rock. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, let's portal back to town. Say hello to Barnabas, get our reward.
Any luck clearing out those Slith? People are starting to beg me for water. I don't know how many more times I can say it'll melt your guts before they just rush me and take it.
Well, you'll be glad to hear I've taken care of your problem.
Well done. Once I pump out the remaining poisoned water, the spring should be clean enough for drinking. I'll make sure to let people here know how much help you've been. They'll be grateful that they can get a drink without dissolving their intestines. One more thing. Take my rucksack. Useful for hauling back scrap or whatever else you come across. I'm too old for that stuff now.
Oh, thank you. Glad I could be of help. And we got some reputation and some inventory back and more experience points. And the water is nice and clean again.
Thanks for all your help. At least we can get a decent drink. even if that drink ain't a finger of whiskey.
Okay, so let's have a look at what we salvaged down there. We got a ring, extra electrocute damage and some health regen. Well, it's strictly better than this copper band we had here, but not much. For the rest, boots. Well, boots with energy regen and some defensive ability, that's a strict upgrade. His armor is a strict upgrade. It's caster armor, we do gain some energy regen and some health and some physical damage. And we are not strong enough to equip this yet. This looks pretty promising. So let's keep this in our new rucksack. And we can just sell the other things.
I'll give you a good price.
There you go. Okay. I mean, this early on you keep replacing your items. I'm not gonna do a lot with the items that you can insert into your other gear. Once gear stops rotating every other level, that's a better time to invest things. Okay, that's spent 6 points. So that's leveling twice. Oh wow, that went quickly. So 2 points here. And then 4 points in other things. So I was gonna get these Bulgarian shears leveled up pretty quickly. So 18%, 20. And that's actually the maximum chance. So level 5 is gonna be enough for now. After that, all it does is further increase the damage. We got the pneumatic burst. Boosting this a bit more to make our healing better is probably nice. I mean, it's useful, but it needs a little bit more of a kick. So let's do that. Just spend 2 points on it. So it currently heals 18% rather than 12%, which is a nice bit better. And also the health regen, it starts stacking. 12 health regen per second rather than 6. It's basically double as good. Okay, so, and I think our mission is now to talk with Mr. Bourbon.
Good, you're back. I've heard good things from both Kasparov and Barnabas. You're a real asset to this community.
Why, thank you.
One of my scouts came back with news making our next move clear. The dead are heavily concentrated in Burwich Village to the north, past the swamps of Whitemire. There must be a reason why. Perhaps the ethereal behind these attacks is there. We can't know for sure without investigating deeper.
So how can I help?
You've proven yourself quite resourceful thus far. Your ability to secure rift gates for human use could be a turning point in our situation. With all the activity around Burwich, there's bound to be a rift gate. If you can capture it, that will give us a solid foothold in the area.
Sounds good. So how do we get there?
Follow the road north through Whitemire. Though in the current state of things, you'll likely have to leave the road behind well before you reach the village. Keep pressing north and you will eventually reach the outskirts of Burwich. It's surrounded by a palisade wall, so you will have to find a way inside. Once you've secured the rift gate, return to Devil's Crossing.
Okay, I'm ready. So, bounty table, I don't think they trust us enough yet. Nope. Cool. And everywhere else. I don't think we got any reputation, do we? No, we don't have any reputation. Okay. So, next up. More scouting. So, let's see if we can make it to the next waypoint. So probably just go over there and then keep hugging the right side. Hello there, zombies. Oh yeah, we get a bit of a speed boost, so I might as well keep the pneumatic burst up and running at all times. It's also good for health regen during combat, of course. Slowly just grabbing some of the zombies we need to kill for our kill quest. A bit of a road here, let's follow it. Polished emeralds. So. Tainted Hound. Oh, a bit of scrap. I don't specifically need it for any quests, but they're useful for crafting, so that's good enough reason to grab them as well. And then we just keep going. Let's deviate a little bit from the path. There's a couple of these Slith camps on the side. I believe that the developers have tucked away a couple of unique items in the side areas here that are more or less just guaranteed to drop the first time you loot wherever they are hidden, as an incentive to make people look for uniques. So let's do exactly that. I mean, the nice thing is that the monsters, they sort of level with you. All the areas have a level range, a minimum and a maximum level range that monsters are going to be. And as long as you are within that level range, all the monsters are just going to be appropriately leveled versus you. It's only if you completely outlevel some content, then things are going to be too easy. Or if you are significantly further ahead into the game than where you ought to be, then you might be underleveled for certain areas. Most of the time, you should be more than fine, however fast or slow you play. Which I think is a pretty neat thing. I also believe that there are some caves off to the side here, somewhere, that have more devotion shrines. So those are also useful to go to. There's a fly with a small crown on their head, just a leader fly. But I also see a shrine, or not a shrine, a portal. I see the portal. So I might as well claim this. Oh no, it's releasing ethereals. Those are the best gates, the guarded ones. It's always nice to put in a bit of an extra effort to actually claim them rather than just finding them. Ooh, drop the blue. Sweet. And we got it. So what was the green item? Ah, boo, it was a shield. So. Okay. Well, we got some more time to run around and kill things. See if we can find a cave with a devotion shrine. Maybe some unique items. There's also a roving dealer there. Let's have a look. Ooh. Something else that's shiny here. Hello there, Torvin. How are you? So perhaps we can help one another. So how's that gonna be? Bring in some Slith necklaces. Well, we can do that. You can buy my stuff. Ooh, it's got a green ring for sale. Needs to be level 12. 18,000 iron bits. I don't believe I have enough for that. This is not a bad one actually. 1 life per second regenerated, some extra attack speed, some bleeding resistance. It's a very nice defensive option. It's gonna cost me just about all my money. And I need 3 more levels, so that's a bit early to get that. Wait, let's see. Yeah, we still need to level up still. Before we can spend more points, that is. Okay. This nice eye icon on the edge of the map indicating that there's gonna be a cave nearby. And we are level 10. So I turned up the volume of the voiceovers a little bit. I hope it's slightly clearer now. I mean, before the audio was intelligible, but I felt the volume could use a little bit more boosting. So I hope it's right now. Let's go in here. As a final thing for this episode.
I can't do that yet.
Lots of bugs. I think that those are staples in just about every action RPG. There's bugs, there's undead, there's always goblins of some sort. So if you keep the pneumatic burst up, then that life bar is pretty much
Skill's not ready.
not moving. So it's not just a panic heal. It's very nice actually that they added the buffs to it as well, like the speed boost, and I think later on you can add even more buffs to it. It definitely rewards you for just keeping it running all the time. There's a treasure box in there, isn't there? Yeah. Shiny, shiny. Okay. Dude. Ooh. Howler Rifthound. And a desecrated shrine, that's gonna be a counter. Oh, just a couple of nagas. It's not even a named one. That's unfortunate.
That skill's not ready.
And that's another devotion point. So let's spend it once we clear everything up. Oh man, I missed with AoE.
That skill's not
That's
ready.
unfortunate. So using Phantom Blades, even in melee range, is actually pretty useful. You don't have to throw it for it to be effective, it does a ton of damage. So against those yellow enemies, it's definitely a very useful skill. And I think we nearly got it. Anything in this camp here? Slith tongue. I believe it was a gun, but not entirely sure. Ooh, sacrificial knife. So, leveling up. So, selecting a class. I'm not gonna pick any secondary yet, just simply because I haven't made up my mind yet. So, this is what I was talking about in my previous playthrough. I believe that there is enough space down here for another class to be added in the first expansion to the game when they actually decide to announce that there is going to be an expansion. But this already feels like there is enough space that's already been designed in there from the get-go. So that's going to be very cool. So, Nightblades. Another point. Let's see. So I'll spend another point on this one. And then let's just spend some more times on some points on the basics dual blades. It's when we use it with everything, every hit we do. So let's get this one to 16 points as well. So just every level up, just spend 1 point on this at least, and then spend the other point on something else that's useful. Loot. Yeah, so the green one was actually indeed a dagger. So this is potentially an upgrade. This is potentially an upgrade. So, daggers. It's a very fast attack dagger. It has a 8% chance on attack to cast a poison bolt, which seems useful. Does quite a bunch of poison damage actually. 80 damage over 5 seconds in an AoE. I could go for that. Especially, I don't think we currently deal poison damage yet. No. So the blade burst also doesn't. And the other one, it needs a bit more spirit, but that's because it's a sacrificial knife, of course. It's very fast, but it doesn't have any piercing. +1 to fire strike. Yeah, okay, that means it's just meant for another kind of caster. It's also all kinds of elemental damage, lightning damage, burn damage, electrocute damage. I don't think this is a very good match for what we are going for. Slith tongue, on the other hand, the poison and acid, it works with what we're doing. But I would actually have to sacrifice some dedicated damage for it, which is interesting. Yeah, for now, put another offhand. And then just keep this one around. So this one, we need to invest a bit more in physique, but we have a lot of points unspent. So that solves our physique problems. So we're just now a lot more armored, which is going to be good. These belts. So let's see. The first one is just a strict upgrade, so we do that, and then we have a look at the second one. Extra cunning and extra spirit rather than physique and more physique. And offensive ability, a 50% skill disruption protection. That feels like it's something that's pretty potent. On the other hand, it's not like I'm a caster that has all kinds of interesting skill combos going off. So the focus on physique will keep us alive better. So let's go with that. And then that's it for this episode. It's actually overran a little bit. So a little bit of bonus content. But well, we did manage to secure the cellar, get another waypoint. So in my book, that's a good episode. So with that, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching and hope to see you again in the next episode. Bye bye.